Mulkey?
Thank you, Your Honor. After multiple conferences with my client as well as the state and thorough review of the plea paperwork and evidence with my client, I believe he desires to enter a plea as stated by the state here this morning.
All right, is that correct, Mr. Mackey?
Yes, sir.
All right, how old are you?
41.
How far did you go through school?
Graduated.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Prior to coming to court, have you taken any drugs or alcohol or any prescription medication within the last 48 hours?
No.
You ever been diagnosed with or treated for any mental illness?
No.
All right, now before I accept your guilty plea, I need to determine that you know and understand the constitutional rights you'll be waiving, the consequences of your guilty plea, and the maximum penalty I could give you, and I need to be satisfied that your guilty plea is being made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you don't understand the question, then stop me. If you want to talk to Mr. Mulkey some more, let me know, and I'll give you more time. You understand that?
Yes.
You have a constitutional right to have a trial, either to me or to a jury of 12 Lake County citizens. You understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you go to a jury trial, all 12 members must agree to a guilty verdict before you can be found guilty. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you go to trial, the prosecutor will call witnesses to testify against you. Do you understand the prosecutor must prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial?
Yes.
After the witnesses are done testifying for the prosecutor, you have the constitutional right to have your lawyer cross-examine the witnesses. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, sir.
If you go to trial, you have the right to have witnesses come here and testify for you. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, sir.
If those witnesses refuse to come to court, I'll issue an order called a subpoena to make them come and testify. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
You have the right to testify at trial if you want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
You have the constitutional right to not testify at trial if you do not want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you decide not to testify at trial, nobody is permitted to comment on that decision. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you go to trial and you're found guilty, you have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you file an appeal, you have the constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one would be provided at no cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you file an appeal, you're entitled to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you could not afford a copy of those transcripts, they'd be given to you at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you plead guilty today, you will not have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No, sir.
Do you still want to plead guilty to count 2?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand by pleading guilty, you're fully admitting your guilt to the charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty to this felony, you're voluntarily giving up your freedom for whatever period of time I could sentence you to prison, to jail, or to community control.
Yes, sir.
Now, count 2, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or a combination is a felony of the 3rd degree. It carries a maximum prison sentence of 60 months and a maximum fine. Is that the maximum or that's just the mandatory?
The mandatory is the 1,540.
So max is 55?
The max is
5,000?
10,500.
Okay. So the maximum fine would be $10,000. Do you understand that?
Yes.
10,500. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, with regard to this, the sentence on this case, there's a mandatory sentence of at least 120 days in prison. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And with regard to the fine, it's mandatory, and the minimum amount would be $1,540. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Now, after your mandatory, say for instance I gave you a mandatory prison term of 120 days, I could then place you on community control for up to 5 years. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And if I did that and you violated any conditions, I could send you to prison for up to 60 months. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Or I could just give you a sentence of 60 months. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got to do at least 120 days, but you can do up to 60 months. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about that?
No.
All right, there's also a mandatory, you would have to engage in a mandatory drug and alcohol addiction program. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
There's also a mandatory driver's license suspension of at least 3 years up to a permanent revocation of your license. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And there's a mandatory forfeiture of the vehicle used at the time of the offense if it is registered to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Any other penalties I missed here, Ms. Alessi?
No, Your Honor, that does cover it. However, I did realize there's a mistake on page 2 of the written plea of guilty under the first chart. I have the revised code section for count 2 as A1A. It should be A2. But you did cover all the penalties.
A1, A,
It should just be A2.
A2, okay. All right. Now, Mr. Mackey, if a prison term is imposed in this case beyond the 120 days, then upon your release, you might be placed on post-release control for up to 2 years under the parole authority. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you are placed on post-release control and violate any conditions, the parole authority could send you back to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If the violation of post-release control is a new felony, then you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And if that were to occur, the maximum prison sentence for that violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If I impose a prison term beyond the 120 mandatory days, you would be eligible for judicial release after that mandatory time. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, as I said, after that mandatory term of prison of 120, I could put you on community control for up to 5 years, but if you violate, I could send you back to prison for up to 60 months. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, has anybody promised you I would be lenient on you just because you're pleading guilty today?
No.
Has anybody promised you what I will sentence you to in this case?
No.
Do you understand at the time of sentencing, I do not have to follow the sentencing recommendation of either the prosecutor or your lawyer?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to talk to Mr. Mulkey before pleading guilty today?
Yes.
Has he discussed everything about your case and answered all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the advice he has given you?
Yes.
Have you been threatened or coerced in any way to plead guilty today?
No.
Are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entering your guilty plea?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions at this point?
No.
All right. Ms. Alessi, if the case went to trial, what would the evidence show?
The evidence would show that on November 13th, 2025 at 12:09 a.m., Wycliffe officers are working a traffic detail on State Route 2 where they observed a vehicle enter into the construction zone, almost striking the workers. The vehicle was swerving in and out of the lane and continued on State Route 2 eastbound, where the officer then initiated a traffic stop and identified the defendant as the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer, upon speaking with the defendant, detected an odor of alcohol. His speech was slurred and he was unsteady on his feet once he was asked to exit the vehicle. The defendant refused to submit to standard field sobriety tests and later refused to provide a breath sample. The defendant did acknowledge that he had been drinking on that day. During an inventory of the vehicle, officers located an empty bottle of Sutter Home Pinot Grigio and a receipt from Old World Tavern from about just an hour prior to the incident, where the defendant had purchased 10 drinks. The defendant had previously been convicted of violations of the OVI statute within 20 years of this conduct as outlined in the indictment, including a prior felony violation. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mulkey, anything to add to those facts?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mackey, did you hear what Ms. Alessi said, that the facts would show if this case went to a trial?
Yes, sir.
And are those facts true?
Yes.
What is your plea to count 2, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug of abuse, or a combination, a felony 3?
Guilty.
Mulkey. I changed the code section on there, so you might want to have an initial on page 2. Okay.
They just changed the code section. If you can just put your initials next to that one. Almost done. Signature part here.
I've witnessed the defendant and his attorney sign their plea of guilty. I've signed it as well. May I approach?
Yep. Mr. Mackey, is this your signature on the written plea of guilty?
Yes.
Did you sign it voluntarily?
Yes.
Do you want me to accept your written plea of guilty?
Yes.
Accept the written plea of guilty. Defendant was present when Mr. Mulkey advised of all of his rights, made a knowing, intelligent, voluntary waiver. He understands the nature of the charge, consequences of his guilty plea, and the maximum penalty. Find it to be knowing, intelligent, voluntary. Will accept his plea of guilty and find him guilty of count 2, OVI, a felony of the 3rd degree. I'm going to refer this for a pre-sentence report and a drug and alcohol evaluation. Sentencing will be on March 26 at 11 a.m. Anything else, Ms. Alessi?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Mulkey?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, we're adjourned.
All rise.